everyone, welcome back to ESL TV for the ESL Pro Series Winter 2013 Grand Finals. We have ESC Gaming going up against Dynamics, and I just want to say before we fully go into this game that I appreciate every one of you, every 32,000 one of you out there sticking around to watch Trevor and I have some fun, play some music. I think we even agreed to open up our own DJ station.
We're going to try. There may be licensing issues. But yeah, we're having a bit of fun with this. It is an English stream. It is, of course, an all-German event. The two teams that are here, predominantly German, as is the whole point of the EPS. You have to have 3 or 4 members of your whole team being, local. And we've seen some fantastic games throughout the days. I realized something that I missed in the previous game, which I shouldn't have let slide. ESC Icy Box.
That's it. We're done.
ESC Icy Box ran Sejuani.
Yeah, they did.
Icy Box. Sejuani. See?
Oh my God. Somewhere, at some point when you were in North America, Freak just rubbed all over you.
I try. I think I have a little bit of Freak in me, It's something, yeah. We are waiting. All 10 players, they are sitting in the lobby right now, but of course we are waiting for the cue from the German stream. There is, of course, German social media, German interviews, etc. over on ESL TV LOL B on that stream. So we're just waiting for that to wrap up before we get back into game number 2. And I think.
But in the meantime, what you can do is you can follow us both on Twitter at JCapBall, at RightQuickshot. Also check out our Facebook pages there too. I'm not sure exactly what yours is. Is it RightQuickshot?
It's actually QuickShot Official now.
QuickShot Official and Jason Kaplan Official.
Yeah, hey!
Pound to that. Nice.
There we go.
But we are getting underway with the picks and bans in just a second here. So guys, let's see how this game goes down. We had Dynamics pick up the first victory here in this best of 3 in the Grand Finals. Can they do it again? And they're going with the first ban, Lucian.
Okay, if I don't see a Leona or Vi ban or pick,
you will rip your hair out.
I'm going to lose it because PKD have won all 3 of the games off the back of fantastic performances on those champions. So I feel like
there's one.
ESC Icy Box needs to get rid of them. I don't know if it's worth a second ban. They may want to get rid of the likes of Kassadin, maybe even Siva, whatever they feel more threatening. But I like that idea. And it also means first pick for PKD is going to be different because they first pick Vi a number of times today.
All right, well, they do have a lot of champions they can choose from, and we've seen Rengar do phenomenally well in that last game, as well as on Zio. They can go for Mundo or something like that. But in the meantime, we do see a couple more bans coming in, Shyvana and Zyra.
So again, very strong champions. The Zyra is very targeted at Fail Factory because the games that they won in the semi-final, Fail Factory was running Zyra along with Lucian, with Scott Lowell, and it was a scary combination. So Planetkey Dynamics deciding they want to get rid of it.
He's not going to lose his...
No.
Leona was banned.
Thank you very much. I am happy to see that. It does mean that Kassadin is still available and open. And I'm trying to think Dr. Mundo as well. You've got to remember, they could put Rengar in the jungle and put a Dr. Mundo top.
This is what I'm curious about, because if they do lock in Rengar or Mundo, that means they want to go for a split push strategy, which they used earlier on today, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
And then with that, would a Kassadin fit well in a 4-man team against another 4? If they do send someone to kind of counter a split push. Like, would that be a good champion?
It can work. It can work. I think the way Planetkey Dynamics have played their games today, they will make it work because of how quickly they jump on you and how they never give you a chance to set up for the fight you want. They're always in your face and on you before you can react. Siva is still open as well. And, we did see Cedric trend towards a Siva in the semi-final, so we'll have to see what they decide, and they're actually opting that Siva's more important. I don't know what that was. That was a celebratory...
Right.
Yeah, I kind of, it's nice when you learn to know a team that, I haven't watched prior to this event, and you can see sort of their thinking and what they prioritize and value.
Well, with that Severe coming in, though, look at what we're seeing on the other side for ESC. They go straight for that Jarvan, which... Was that them who played it earlier? I can't fully remember off the top of my head.
So ESC earlier, they... did not play Jarvan.
No, that was in the best of 3 earlier on between Dynamics and Plain Ducks. We saw Warwick top lane.
100% correct. Yes,
but we do see that Rengar and Jarvan both locked in here. I'm actually liking this pretty well. I like this little combo they got going on.
The thing that it's also very interesting to me now is whether or not Planetkey Dynamics. I don't want to overhype them, but there's a lot that can be said for sitting on a pick for 45 seconds, having played it very well up to that point, and almost baiting your opponents to pick it. If Planetkey know of a counter or feel that they can beat Rengar in lane, they can almost bait the pick. You know what I mean? So we'll see how they decide to pan that one out. They have gone, instead of Leona this time around, a slightly maybe less effective all-in champion in Annie, but it'll fulfill the exact same role that Leona does. But now we have to judge Viper X's positioning because his Tibbers and his Incinerates are much more difficult to place than it is to land a Zenith Blade.
Very true, and I really wonder if he can hit these flash tibbers. I mean, he's been able to do it with the solar flares, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does it here as well. But we do see on the other side. Actually, no, hold on. Let's not go to the other side just yet. We see Elise picked here.
Yeah.
And from 313 to 314, wasn't changed too much, but still keeps her popularity.
So she didn't fall out of favor. You know, Elise is being played, still being played OGN, still being played LCS promo matches. We've seen her here a couple times. I'm expecting that to be in the jungle. I think it's not necessarily as powerful a ganker as Vi, but again, fulfills the same roles. So I'm expecting Seitan to pick that one up. The one thing I do want to highlight from the other side from ESC with that Sona and Ezreal, that's a throwback, you know, throwback Thursdays type of duo lane, bottom lane, because Sona, we do still see her, but I've not been particularly impressed by 314 Sonas. And I'm talking everywhere. OGN hasn't blown my mind. The LCS qualifiers were shocking. I've seen more missed crescendos in the qualifiers in this last week than I think I've ever seen. It just, I don't know, Sona just didn't seem to fit. And I also feel like the tweaks to her numbers in 3.14 have hit her early game poke and sustain to a point that I think you can probably get away with other champions.
Yeah, and also things have gotten a lot more aggressive earlier on in the game too, which we'll see how that one fares. But we do see the Mundo picked up again. We do see the Ziggs yet again coming out of Avenue here. And we see on the other side a Kha'Zix's last pick. Now Kha'Zix, he's one of those kind of champions where a reset, the whole reset ability to him makes him so powerful.
I like the Kha'Zix pick because Elise, Ziggs, Siva, and Annie are very squishy. So if Chris manages to get a little bit rolling, and if he combos with his stealth ultimate with Rengar and jumps on the same target, they can insta-gib someone.
That is true.
He can get the resets and he can jump on. But the key is definitely going to be on synchronizing the two of them together. So Shasu may need to roam a fair bit this game. I think every time he has the ability to get away from Dr. Mundo, he needs to roam, combo with Kha'Zix, pick up some kills, and then go back, because that's the power of this comp. You know, Crescendo and Cataclysm are great for locking people down, but if Rengar and Kha'Zix don't clean house, I think Siva's going to do a better job than Ezreal will in team fights. So a lot of pressure on the two hunting monsters.
All right, well, we also do see a teleport, as I don't know why we're looking at my desktop here, but you also see the teleport over on Mundo's side, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, I don't even know what to say to that, but we do have a teleport over on his side for Zio, and we've seen him use the teleport pretty much every
He's used it in Mundo.
Game.
Used it in Mundo. When he played Rengar, he played Flash. So, of course, he played Flash at night. Yeah, every time he's played Mundo, this will be the third time out of 4 games, he has run Mundo with TP. And I think that's, again, because that's how Zio likes to play. He likes to split push. Even with his Rengar, he was split pushing with Rengar until he got to a point he could kill people, and then he grouped with his teammates. So I feel like that's just his play style. And if you take that into consideration, Seitan's mobility on Elise, in conjunction with the burst damage from Ziggs and wave clear, plus the team running away ability that Siva's ultimate can give you. You know, it is a fairly strong 4v4 composition, as long as they don't get jumped on by Rengar.
Now, you've talked about the compositions quite a bit here, but which one do you really favor overall? You know, obviously in the early game, the mid game, the late game, team fights. Walk us through that. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's actually going to be fairly even in the laning phase if they're going to go straight up head-to-head. Once again, Rengar should have an advantage over Dr. Mundo. Rengar's going to be able to bully Dr. Mundo around in the early stages. I think his kit is better suited to it, and his sustain is superior to Mundo's pre-6. In the bottom lane, if Fail Factory gets caught by a stun from Viper X, I think he could go down. But I don't feel like they should be able to catch Ezreal. So it's really just going to depend on who oversteps their bounds and who gets caught, napping.
And one thing also that we saw out of Dynamics through every single game that we saw today is Satane always ganked bottom lane, always ganked where his AD carry support was. Do you think we're going to see the same thing again out of Elise? And if so, will it be as effective? Because you already touched on the effectiveness of Vi versus Elise.
So I don't know if we can guarantee it this time around. And my reasoning for that is a Vi gank at level 6 is guaranteed CC, right? There's nothing you can do to get away from Assault and Battery. So as long as you use it at the right time, you're definitely going to jump onto somebody and basically kill them. Elise, while her repel is very, very powerful, Cocoon is a skill shot. So it's a little riskier. I think just because of the playstyle we've seen, he's still going to do it. Mm-hmm. But it's by no means a guaranteed gank or a guaranteed lane victory this time around, because there is a little bit of a higher risk element to this champion.
Well, as you can see on our screen, we're going to have both junglers start towards red. However, on ESC side, they are sending their Ezreal and their Sona top lane.
Yeah, and in terms of the lane matchups, Viperix for the first time is going Ancient Coin. He doesn't have a melee champion, so he's not gone for the Relic Shield. And also, we are seeing Dose starting with its sweeping lens. This is the first time that we've seen him starting with the lens. It has been an all warding totem start multiple times throughout the day.
Well, both junglers looks like going for the enemy's blue here, and this is going to be a pretty even trade across the board.
Yeah, basically because of the lane swaps, the junglers go to the blue buff on the side of the map where they have more members. So you can see them going at the dual lane bottom for blue, dual lane top for red, and that's why they steal the buffs. It's very risky to try to take your own buff when you're at a 2v4 situation or 2v3 situation.
Oh, wow. Are they going to go... Looks like they're going to go for a quick push here. Maybe get this turret down to a little bit of health, but this is very unlike ESC from what we saw earlier on today. Yeah,
complete change, complete role reversal. I don't think they're too interested in trying to pick up a kill, but if they can get an early tower, that's going to just put more pressure on Zio's Dr. Mundo. And it's definitely somebody they want to keep contained because of how strong he was in the semifinals.
What we're seeing right now, both of them, the team's doing the exact same thing here. Right now, the bottom turret over on ESC side, down about half health. Let's go take a look at Dynamic side. It's about even so far, but look at Zio. He's doing so much damage to Dose that he might push them away from this a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, he's definitely scared Dose away, that's for sure. Oh. We see Shasu coming in bottom. That's brave, but Cedric's taking too many tower hits, and there goes Shasu.
He's going to get ignited here. He's going to go straight in front of the barrier. Is Pop. Will he be able to turn this one around? He does flash over the wall. Shasu going to go straight for him as well. And right now, with Viperx flashing over the wall, he has a stun available. Can he turn around? Can he use the
level 1
ability? He's only level 1. He hasn't even used anything.
He got a stun.
He gets a stun. They might be able to pick up the kill. But Cedric, he got creep blocked. He couldn't get to him. And Viperx will he be able to clear up the kill? The health pot is rolling. Avenue coming in with the flash. There's the first blood. And Dynamics taking that one with style.
You could say that was a very dynamic fight. Now it's in the top lane.
Oh, Satane getting very low there, as well as out being pushed away from the turret. But they do keep it alive, most importantly, and they still maintain that first blood. But still, with Fail Factor there on that Sona, they're healing them both up. They're staying alive, and they will get the first turret of the game, it looks like.
Yeah, it does look to be the case right now. Satane's got to be careful. Teleport's coming down from Zio, and they may want to pick a fight. A good cleaver could turn it around, and I think Zio's going to wisely back away. He's going to keep poking with those briefcases, though.
he's also Mundo, so he does what he likes to do. He likes to do what he pleases, but they kept the turret alive, most importantly from that. Yeah,
it also looks like this Dr. Mundo was watching our intermission stream, because he's got a 90 cell phone in his hands as well. You know, gone back in time. 13 CS, thanks to defending the tower and due to the lack of kill presence from ESC, Zio's got a massive creep score advantage over Shasu. And of course, Shasu thinking maybe he could get that kill, almost made it work for him. He gave up the first death and only death of the game so far.
And Satane has rotated up towards his top side. They're looking for some damage onto this turret. So now they're applying the pressure directly back against ESC. And considering they got the first blood, considering they're getting a lot more tower damage in general, and they'll be able to take the bottom lane momentarily, Dynamics are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, very, very good read of the situation, and I feel like it was very good counterplay. Not necessarily counting your opponent's options, as Avenue's been jumped on by Chris.
Well, he doesn't have that flash used earlier to get that first blood. He doesn't have mana either. He's looking to try to get away here, but Do's going to be able to pick up that kill. He almost did get Chris down, but a great timing, great realization by Dos to go for that middle lane gank. And they will pick up their first kill of this second game.
And very crucially, the kill goes to Dos and not Chris. In the game that we were seeing previously when they were running Sejuani, he was 3-0 as Sejuani, which is great. You've got a tanky Pumbaa that you can ride into battle. But it doesn't translate to kill stats, which is what was missing from the ESC composition in the previous game. So I feel like ESC need to try find a way to get those kill credits to the carries to really have a bigger impact in this matchup.
Dos looking for Satane here. Gonna be able to do some damage to him, but the Spiders should be able to slither away. And you know, to me, it looks like Dos is kind of like Narutador over on TCM, as you saw them during the qualifiers, where if he didn't pick up kills in the jungle, he would kind of struggle as the game went on. And Dos, we've only seen him picking up kills. Yeah,
that's the truth. You know, he manages to secure them, which is great, but, you know, maybe Jobin will be a little bit better than his Sejuani at closing kills out. This is a 2v3 defense. Tower's still standing. Zio's not 6, and it's got to be a little careful, because that's a lot of damage that can come down from that Job and Ezreal Sona combo. And on the flip side, Viper and Cedrion, they're on the inner turrets.
Yeah, they're getting this one very low, and with Viprex dancing in between the turret shots, getting the stuns on the shots, so getting the free damage as well. They're getting him dropped very low right now, and no one on ESC is coming in to stop this. They might be able to get this turret at least down to half health here.
Yeah, it definitely seems the case. Nobody else from ESC has responded yet, so Cedrion and Viper, they now know there's people missing. They've only got a limited amount of time before they need to back away, and we'll see when they decide it is time to do so. Vision will at least allow them not be flanked, but a lot of good damage before 7 minutes on that tower.
Yeah, it's down to about 800 health right there, and a great job for them to realize, you know, hey, they're still top lane, they're still sending 3 up there, want to keep pushing this, get some free turret damage down, and from that, Zio will now get a lot of farm top, as you can see, 36-17. You see Shasu invest into a very early Negachunk cloak right now, and so far, across the board, Dynamics has a CS lead currently.
So this is an exact copy of all of the games that we've seen Planetkey Dynamics take part in. Their duo lane will secure their opponent's tower first. They'll have their tower standing, and then they will return to lane in a 2v2, at which point Satan will then come in and gank heavily. So we'll see how this matchup is going to work out right now. You can see Son and Ezreal making their way to that bottom lane. Satan is level 4 right now. He's trying to get, you know, a couple levels. He's a little behind Dose, and I want to see if he's going to be ganking this Ezreal Sona, because it's something, you know, he's done in every game we've seen them do today.
All right, now Ezreal Sona a little bit split up here, but Phil Factory looks like he will be visiting him shortly, and pings are going down at the Dragon currently, and with 4 members here, ESC might have the potential to go for it, but at this stage in the game, 8 minutes in, I think this might be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, I think this is mostly just getting rid of that pink ward, just trying to play the vision game right now, because they are behind. It is only a couple hundred gold right now, but you can see just the posturing on the map that PKD are a little bit more aggressive in their moving. They're a little bit more decisive in terms of where they go and where they're pushing. And we talked about that Rengar pick. Zio has a 2-level advantage and a very big CS advantage over his opponents, as here comes Dose. There's a Cataclysm.
Cataclysm coming down, has that rev up on top of that, going to get the slow into Cedrion. He's looked like he might be able to escape, but with the flash, he still has barrier available. They're going to run away from this, and they commit the ultimate out of Dose. And you did see Satane coming down, but didn't matter in the end. They were able to run away, and this kind of might put alleviate some pressure actually on ESC's side of expecting Dynamics to go for a push here. Without those flashes, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, and I also really like the adjustment here from ESC. They've changed the gameplay style that we've seen from them. They had a lot of early tower pressure in the top lane. They've responded with earlier ganks in the duo lane than even PKD could put down. So, you know, they expected the same things we expected and said, let's counterplay it, let's make moves. Now the fact that they know there's no flashes available in that bottom lane, this is PKD being very, very brave.
Oh, wow.
Because here comes Dose and the True Shot Barrage. Viper's dead.
Well, he's going to go down. Yep, very well. And Satane dodged the Arcane Barrage coming out of Scott. Not Arcane Barrage, Arcane
True Shot Barrage.
The True Shot Barrage close enough. But Chris actually going in, looking for a reset here. Actually, not going to be able to get it this time. We did see Zao get a kill on a Scott because he did teleport into this. But the rest of ESC not going to find anyone else anytime soon here. And oh, Avenue actually might get caught by Zao. They have the ability to cut this one really well. We see Shasu actually jumping into this, but the rest of PKD, are in hot pursuit. I can't
Kha'Zix from behind. Take a look at this. Shasu's going to go down to Zio. Kha'Zix not going to be able to impact this team fight right now. And at the end of the day, more kills going the way of Dynamics. Brave move on the Dragon, but it ended up working well for them thanks to that teleport Mundo.
Zio, I mean, he can't be pushed out just yet with that Giant Spell, with those 2 kills under his belt. On top of that, and the 55 CS, he is just very hard to deal with. But you look at the rest of PKD, it looks like they want to go for a push on a middle. They know they had the other team very low on life. They have the CC here to make it happen.
This tower's dead.
Yeah, it's already low on life too.
They can probably even get more damage in the inner turret if they decide to stick around. I think they're healthy enough to do this. They're going to play it safe, maybe.
Yeah, Scott's seen bottom too, so they're...
How much cash do they have to play with? Oh, that's also part of the reason. 1,000, 2,000, 1,700. At 10 minutes in the game, that is a massive amount of money to be having in your, you know, unspent, as it were. So, going to decide to back away and pick that up instead.
And Avenue, he actually bought a tier this time.
It is a slightly different build. He's gone Chalice of Harmony every other game so far. I'm not 100% sure why the change, but I would theorize...
Probably because there's no AP in the other team.
And also, he needs to survive the burst damage of Rengar and Kha'Zix. So he's got a barrier already. If he builds up a little bit of armor, say with the Zhonya's Hourglass, combines it with a barrier shield and the Archangels. Oh, beautiful spell shield.
Wow, Flash Crescendo being not whiffed, but Cedrin outplaying that one completely. Viper gets a nice stun onto the back line, and we see Dose come in with the Cataclysm. Cedrin gonna pop the bear, the Cocoon coming in from the backside as well. Dose will gonna pick up the kill. They go for the flash onto it. Scott picks that one up, but the ultimate coming out of Ziggs not enough to do anything. But Avenue, he's in hot pursuit. He's gonna get the Q onto Scott, but can he get any more than this? He doesn't have flash available. The next one coming, but it gets Arcane shifted away. They escape, and right now Chris coming down from middle, gonna spot Avenue here, but he's gonna back out as well. And one kill in the end of all of that goes over to ESC.
Great reaction timing there from Cedrian to block off that Crescendo and get away cleanly. We talked about how Shasu and Chris need to roam, and you've seen it there. The moment Chris left mid lane, Shasu left top lane to try and cover. The problem is, Shasu can't afford to do that. He's 40 CS down from his opposite number. If a fight breaks out, that's a level 9 Mundo versus a level 7 Shasu.
Well, Zio gonna get that turret down.
As it stands right now, Zio secures the 3rd tower of the game in favor of PKD. And of course, Avenue with that cooldown reduction and a stack of mana being built up next to that tier.
You broke me, Trevor.
He's going to be able to just spam those water balloons all day long.
It's been a very interesting day here for both of us, and also you viewers at home. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos on Reddit already today. But right now, we do have Zio going for invade here, and it looks like PKD are trying to control this red buff here.
Definitely. They've got vision control in this sort of area. They can see when people come in and come out. Zio is just going to leash in that red buff with those briefcases, and it's going to allow them to secure this buff steal away. This is the first real concerted invade that I think we can say we've seen in this mid-game phase. The laning phase definitely ended. Viper does have flash in a couple of seconds' time, and that Tibbers, but it looks like they're going to back away from that sort of tower dive situation.
They still are also grooving up at the same time here. I'm not sure if they can really make a play for the middle turret, but it looks like they might even try to catch Dose there, who does escape. But remember, that bottom inner turret down to 800 health right now. And look at this, PKD yet again. They are just fully controlling the jungle of ESC, and there's nothing that ESC can do about it unless they want to force a fight.
No, they're not powerful enough right now. It is only a 3,000 gold difference, but the main thing is you cannot engage in a team that can get away from your with the spell shields, got the Cocoon, got the anti-Tibbers. They need a Crescendo to hit everybody. And you can just see PKD, they're not stacking up. And there goes on the hunt.
Wow, Shasta, you can't get away if you can't get alive or stay alive for long enough, as he does fall down here. Like you said before, they are so good at just making these decisions and all following up with it that they get the first kill. But we do see ESC finally respawn. The kill on Satane. He's not tanking up just yet, but still the damage is done. They might be able to get some damage onto this turret.
I don't think Dynamics are far enough ahead to get away with that play more than once, because they picked the fight, they got a kill, and then they allowed them to, survive and escape. If they were unable to blow somebody up, like Rengar stealthing to safety or Kha'Zix jumping away cleanly, the potential of a re-engaging kills can come down very, very rapidly. So Planetkey Dynamics have to be a little careful with the future engages, because I think that's a little bit of bravado coming out. It's a little bit of, gutsy moves, because they've been so dominant here in Cologne at the finals of the EPS.
Right now, they haven't won just yet.
No.
And maybe they put those thoughts out of their minds, because they still need to win this game. And the goal difference 15 minutes in, it's still a very close one. Dragon coming up in about a minute here. And Viper being very aggressive here by himself, as he does have his team finally come to back him up. But in terms of items and things we see coming in, is there anything that kind of stands out there for you? The
biggest thing for me right now is the fact that Siva's got that Bloodthirster completed, and there's about a third of the stacks in there, 10 out of 30. Working towards that last Whisper as well. That's definitely going to play into their favor. And again, a difference in the build here as far as Avenue is concerned. He's been going towards that Athene's and Holy Grail, thank you. Now he's got himself a Morella Nomicon. And against the sustain that Sona offers, as well as the sort of lifesteal that you're going to get from Kha'Zix and Rengar, I think that's a great option choice to burst them down and keep them down.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much, it's like the best of both worlds with the Athenes, but you don't get the magic resist. You don't waste stats, get a little bit more ability power.
Yeah, definitely.
Regen, cooldown reduction, but right now, going for a 4-man push here. That turret already very, with the changes to Ziggs, he just tears through these turrets, and right now, ESC, they're scared to engage because Viper is sitting there with that swirl around him.
Crescendo's not up yet. Crescendo's not up yet. Look at Fail Factory. The moment Crescendo becomes available, that may be the go signal. That may even be too late. Rappel's going to come back down. Great knock up from Jarvan.
Forces the flash out of him to escape that one, but Scott getting solo on life, and with the Merlin Nomcon, not going to get healed up too easily. And just like that, they pick up a turret. You see Zao coming down from the top side. He was able to do some good damage onto Shasu.
Yeah,
right there.
Teleport's available for Zio as well. He's still got a 2-level advantage over Shasu's Rengar. And this is what we talked about in picks and bans. Hover over Rengar, show everybody how dominant you are, force somebody into a pick they're maybe not necessarily comfortable with or knowledgeable about, and then just stomp the champion, you know?
And again, PKD, after that push on a turret, going to turn right around, turn right around. I haven't had a break since Singapore, so I'm a little woozy right now. But they turn around from that turret and get a dragon off of it too. So every time they make a play,
like an
it's
arrow.
so calculated.
The Hextech minefield looks like a little arrow pointing in the direction of the right. See it? So now that the arrow's gone, the gold
You're
lead
in a whole
extends
another level of woozy.
to 6,000 gold right now at 17 minutes. 5 towers to 1. That is a massive, massive difference. 5 towers down, and the only one that's lost is that top lane tower, which basically tells you ESC had a plan. We want to push that tower on top. We want to gank bottom once we've lost our tower.
Well, the thing is,
And that's where the plan sort of ended.
you remember how much they committed to that too. They
Yep.
spent a good 3 to 5 minutes having 3 people up there trying to get it down, and it eventually took the entirety of that time. And like you said before, I think you're definitely right. There was a game plan, but they didn't execute it correctly, and now they're kind of
And on
put
top
off
of
what
that,
to do.
Shasu, who is 50 creeps behind Dr. Mundo right now, behind the top lane of PKD Zio. All of this, I don't want to attribute the entire thing, but he put himself so far behind by trying to pick up that kill into Cedrion Sivir that he couldn't get back into lane, lost his tower, then he couldn't farm. Then when he lane swapped, he was facing off against a guy who was 2 levels ahead of him. You know, it all snowballs. It's that those little
The domino
mistakes that just escalate higher and higher and higher to the point that is 0-3-1 and has nearly no impact in the game. ESC have to stall for another 20 minutes just to even up the match.
And even when that happens, they have to hold on to their inhibitor turrets and make sure that, well, somehow PKD can't keep farming up, because
Yeah.
look at the farm difference between these two teams. A 40 CS difference between the 80 carries. Top laner, it's about 50 at this point. My camera work is really bad right now. And even mid lane, we see Avenue has an advantage.
Oh, look at the Cocoon right now. Very nice flag and drag from Dose. Almost got caught by that Cocoon.
So
Scott Lol.
there's no way they're going to dive this turret.
I wouldn't say that. Planetkey have dived every other opportunity. Now, the reason that I don't think they will, Zio's not there. Keep an eye on the mini-map on the bottom. There's Crescendo!
Oh, Crescendo coming in with shots to the backside. They just blow them up. They get 1 kill with Chris, gets the kill on the Viper. Will he get the reset? Will he jump back in? And it looks like Shasu leading the charge. He's not tanky enough to survive. So if anything, they lose 1 man. But here's Zio coming in from the side. He has a Sunfire Cape. Fail Factory getting cocooned up here. He's actually in a really bad position. The Boomerang Blade almost enough to pick him off. And 1 more attack from Avenue picks that kill up. So even with that hard engage, it was a little too late. They trade 1 for 1, but they're still going to lose a turret on top of this.
Yeah, Dynamics are a little bit too deep. Chris shuts the Cocoon! That was fantastic Cocoon from Satan. The moment the bug landed, who would have known spiders eat insects for dinner? And absolutely melts Chris. The fight's cleaned up in the bottom as Shasu gets shut down again. 6 for 1. Planetkey Dynamics, it's just a matter of time.
I didn't know spiders could carry fly swatters with them like that. Just in their back pocket. That was ridiculous. The thing is, if he got that kill, he would have reset. He would have jumped again. He would have got another kill. He would have reset. And that would have been a big snowball for him. A lot of money picked up. But they stopped it. And right now, PKD, 9-5, 20 minutes in. Look at the goal difference. Almost 10,000, 6-1 in turrets. Can they be stopped?
Instantaneous reaction there coming out of Satan. Planetkey Dynamics are here to play and they're here to win. That is for sure, because they've been absolutely fantastically in all of the games. Also, interesting note, just as an aside, all 3 series that we've cast, the red team won game 1, the blue team won game 2. Just as a aside, if this game, of course, goes in the way of Dynamics.
You heard it here first from a rider.
50%.
50% across both teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Better team will win 90% of the time.
But now you're just throwing numbers
Yeah,
out.
80% of the statistics are made up on the spot, apparently.
No, I'm one of the 20%. I don't know, it doesn't make sense.
But
So
Zio,
Zio
look
right
at
now.
him. Yeah, he's split pushing. He's going to be getting caught here a little bit, but he's Mundo. He goes where he pleases, and it's going to take more than 2 people, more than a Sona and a Rengar to stop him.
Yeah, 150 CS at 20 minutes, 3 kills, 2 assists. He's got the backing of multiple dragons and 6 towers. And
Let's
it's
just
so
look at this.
tanky.
Look at the difference in gold between the laners. 7,800 top lane to
Yeah.
4,500.
There's a
Mid
1,000
lanes-
difference in the jungle,
Yeah.
3,000, well, 2.5k in the mid lane. I mean, look at Dose now. He's just been caught out just by some poke. arbitrary poke drops him a third.
And the thing is that when PKD takes a turret, it's not just 1 or 2 people there. They have their whole team there, so everyone benefits from the extra gold you get from being near that turret.
Yeah. They're doing very well. I think PKD, I would like to see more of them against some even better known teams. Let me put it that way, because their decisiveness and their decision making has been very, very good with this style of play. We haven't seen them play poker or anything like that just yet. And you see once again, Zaya's the push. They caught Dose.
They force the flash. Crescendo whiffing completely, gets dodged out by the repel. And you see the rest of ESC, they're backing away. You can see Rengar stealthing up with that ultimate, but they can't stop him here. They're going to get this turret. They're going to look for an inhibitor. But right now, PKD have to be careful. They're already very low on health. They can't afford to stick around for too much longer. But ESC aren't going to be back in time to stop this.
No, definitely not. Tower's definitely going to go down shortly. There's no home guard been picked up yet, and I feel like ESC are going to need that if they want to try hold off the attacks. But look at the rest of the waves. You've got a minion wave in the top lane, a minion wave in the bottom lane, and you're just going to see that PKD are going to carry on poking. If a cocoon lands, somebody's going to die. Oh, they didn't even throw it. Damn it!
Well, either way, you do see them all grouped up here. Mundo full health again. We have Annie with the stun available, and the Timbers, and the exhaust. We do see Dose going in at last ditch effort. He's getting stunned out completely again. The tankiest man on the team goes down. Zig's ultimate hits all 4 of the rest of ESC. Zio still pushed up very far, and you see that Severe not afraid, as well as that Zig's pushing in. They get another inhibitor. They're going to get the inhibitor as well. That is 2 down, and this is very hard to come back from.
They've got to go top lane. There's minions pushing the top lane tower. If I were PKD, that's exactly what I'd be doing. Roll around, kill the minion wave in the mid, and push top. What we did see from them in the previous game, get 2 inhibitors, back by Baron.
Oh, they're not going to go for Dragon. Sorry. I was like...
It's B cubed. Back by Baron. B, see?
Like, but.
We'll have to see if they decide to go for that as well, because, you know, they're in such a great position that the item differential is actually too immense to come back from right now. Even though ESC are going to sit on the back foot and defend now against these waves of super minions and minions coming into their base, I just feel like it's too much.
Satane sticking around just to smite, not even helping out Avenue right there, but the money. I mean, walk us through, I can't see it on my screen, but what items have we seen being picked up recently? There's got to be some major ones in there. I mean, if you see Zaya with the Haunting Guys right now on the stage in this game on a Mundo, you know they're feeling good.
Just in the last minute, all right, just in the last minute of gameplay, Ziggs picked up Seraph's Embrace, Siva picked up Phantom Dancer, Dr. Mundo Haunting Guys, Annie Haunting Guys, Annie Ruby Sightstone, as well as a Sunfire Cape for release. Scott Lol's just going to get
He doesn't even
mixed.
have a Triforce. He doesn't have one item completed, and he just gets 1v1 by Zio. Yeah. It's not even his fault. I know Scott is a very good player, but... Oh, he's going to let him escape. No, he's got Flash. Yeah. That's it. Cleaver in the back, briefcase in the back. He's dead.
Zio.
Oh, wow. He's actually going... Oh, the flash from the wall, and then the Cleaver into Fail Factory. He's not long for this world.
Further down, Kha'Zix is dead now.
Kha'Zix going to go down.
And next is Jarvan.
And Jarvan's going to go down. Call it the next one.
Will the homework land? That's the question. Okay, Dose is going to get away. Shasu's going to be the next death.
Shasu's going to go down. Nope, he's going to flash from the wall. But either way, they push him out of their own base. And with 2 Nexus turrets, the teleport even coming in from Zyra there to keep something alive. Oh, no, they actually canceled. Never mind. They're going to get the Nexus turrets. Actually, no, Surrender comes in. And PKD
I can't blame them for that.
Taking the series 2-0.
Planetkey Dynamics. That is a name that I think everybody needs to keep their eyes on. This is a team that looked fantastic. I don't want to overhype it because we only see them play one style of gameplay, right? It was in your face. It was all in. This is something that we've seen. I know from actually talking to Crepo about this a lot. Whenever we look at some of these other teams that play this type of style, he says, if you can anticipate it, you can beat it because you know they're going to dive. You know they're going to come at you. So you get your team to be in that mindset and you can react quickly enough. I'd like to see how they do in other compositions. But phenomenal play. 2-0'd in the semis, 2-0'd in the grand finals, and fantastic.
I think the greatest thing I saw of them, it wasn't about composition, it wasn't about any of that. It was about they were so fluid in their motions.
Yeah.
They take a turret, go back, take a dragon. And the thing was, when they got that lead, they would just continue to build that lead. They wouldn't let it slip. They wouldn't get caught out. They would stay grouped up. They'd make smart plays, and they would take the victory from that. And 13-6 was the scoreline at the end of that game. And we can look at the the kills for both these teams. Zio 5-0-3. I think he died maybe 2 times max in the past 4 games.
Yeah.
Showing how well he's playing that top laner. I mean, he's been stuck to pretty much 2 champions, Mundo and Rengar, but he's playing them at the top level.
So the one thing I want to highlight that I've seen from Planetkey Dynamics that I think I even preferred, even more than what I was seeing from some of the LCS group stage qualifiers, was that decision making. That when they got a kill, they went Dragon, they went Tower, and they made it stick. Now,
even if it's a bad decision, they all committed, and that's what Alternate did.
It's
back
one of
in
the things that I liked,
the
yeah.
summer season in the first week. That's what amazes us about them.
it was also something that I think KMT and the Copenhagen Wolves did better than any of the other teams in the qualifiers, that when they got an advantage, they converted into something more. Even if it's something as simple as you get a kill, you get deep wards, and a minute later you challenge for a buff. That is a victory. That's something that you need to keep doing over and over to eventually get a game win. And I think it was just great play, and that's it. EPS Winter 2013, Planetkey Dynamics is your winner.
Very well done by them. I have to give them a lot of credit. I mean, it was a pleasure to cast with you today, Quickshot. Remember, you can follow us both on Twitter @RightQuickshot, @JCapLaw. Also, make sure to follow the Twitch channel because that's where all of our League of Legends action does go down. But it was finally a pleasure again.
It
last
really
time
was.
we casted together was
January.
the spring split qualifiers.
Yeah. No, it would have been February. It would have been February, I think, or January. A long time ago.
January.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I hope you guys had some fun with us. It was obviously a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek cast during the interim breaks.
I know what you're talking about.
We enjoyed ourselves. We're just relaxing a little bit and having a good time. Everybody else out there, have a great Sunday, and we'll see you around.
Yeah, gonna play some music. To let this one go out with, maybe some
Play
good
music. There won't be any more dancing or anything like that, okay?
Let's not say things we can't 100% back up just yet. But anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching. We both appreciate it. 43,000 of you were giving us some time on your lovely Sunday. So thanks again for watching. Congratulations again to Planetkey Dynamics. Very well done by them. Congratulations on being the German champions.
Yeah.
And guys, hopefully we'll see you next time when we do another broadcast.